And now we welcome James Dowden, admissions tutor for chemistry, to tell us about the various courses in the school, as well as some of the exciting research our staff are involved in. We're also joined by Cassandra, who is a third-year chemistry student. Welcome to you both. I'll start with you, James. Can you tell me what inspired you to pursue a career in chemistry?
Yes, so what inspired me to pursue chemistry was, first of all, I had some really great teachers, Mr. Hanny and Mrs. Rees, but also as a teenager I used to read New Scientist a lot, and I got really interested in general in molecules that you can make and that they would have a function. So there were articles about these new interlocking molecules, which eventually Sir Fraser Stoddart won the Nobel Prize for. But you know, I've always been interested in how you can make molecules and how they interact with biological systems. And it's really through reading articles in New Scientist that you got that kind of inspiration.
And in terms of what's happening in chemistry at the moment, is there anything, you know, exciting happening development-wise that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, chemistry is relevant all of the time, but we have constant challenges in terms of new materials like, you know, batteries and things, but also in terms of the environment. You know, two most important molecules in the atmosphere that we need to concentrate on are methane and carbon dioxide, and how we can reduce those. And you know, we think a lot about how we can make molecules or products in the most sustainable way. So those are real chemistry challenges.
And Cassandra, tell me about what it is that you've enjoyed about studying chemistry at Nottingham.
I've really enjoyed the labs, so the practical aspect of it. That's probably the part I was most excited for before I came to study, is I suppose the danger of it as well. You know, there was you getting to go to a real lab with some real chemicals, and it's also just really satisfying to get the end product. So the procedures that you're given to work through are relatively simple, but still you get a good result. And yeah, so I really enjoyed doing labs.
So whilst you've been studying chemistry at Nottingham, what is it that you've really enjoyed that's been specific to the course?
So the part of the course I've enjoyed the most is studying organic synthesis. So learning how to do mechanisms. It's kind of a skill that you just learn by doing it. So being able to see the content and then apply it and just do it over and over again until it makes sense has been, yeah, the part that I've enjoyed the most. And
back to you, James. Can you talk us through some of the topics that we teach here at Nottingham and why students really enjoy them?
Yeah, so Cassandra just mentioned labs, and I would say that's a really important part of the programme. Our courses are accredited by the Royal Society of Chemistry, and the important part of that is how many hours you spend in labs. And students certainly enjoy that. In the first year, you know, looking at 2 afternoons a week. It goes up to all day Thursday and a Friday morning in year 2. But right at the end of our labs, we have these like summative labs, which are a bit more exciting and team-based. We have one of them's called crime scene investigation. It brings together all of the skills that you've learned in the course, and there's some problem solving, and another one's called an escape room, and those are really popular with the students at the end of the academic year.
And if someone was to say to you, why should I study this course at Nottingham, what would be your response to that?
Yeah, so I think the main thing, apart from the fantastic campus, the beautiful campus in a great city, you know, I think we've got a great carbon neutral laboratory, which is built to really high environmental standards. And we only do research in there, but all of our sustainability research effort is in there, and a lot of training, and that obviously trickles down into the course. And so we have you know, strengths in, say, battery research, and that features in the course. We have option modules as well, which are specifically about green and sustainable chemistry, and I'd say they were, you know, part of what we are. And we've got really nice, friendly staff as well, so I think that's, you know, an important part of what we do as well.
And listening to that, Cassandra, is there anything that you picked up on as one of the reasons that made you come to Nottingham?
So I visited Nottingham before I applied to come here, and just seeing the city, the student life, the beautiful campus, that was really the reason I wanted to come and study here. I knew already about the department, so I'd watched the periodic videos YouTube channel, and I knew the department for chemistry here was really good. So yeah, that was the reason I wanted to come and study chemistry.
And James, when it comes to a career in chemistry, what are some of the things that your students have gone on to do?
Yeah, so our chemistry degree is a really versatile subject in terms of employability. We have very good employability rates for our graduates. They get great support from the Careers and Employability Service, and we've got a Careers and Employability Officer within the school. Obviously, a lot of them go on to the chemical industry, and that's a very wide economy. So a lot of people think about pharmaceutical companies like AstraZeneca or GSK, but there's lots of other companies that are involved in research underpinning the pharmaceutical companies. But there are also manufacturing companies. Some of my project students gone straight into jobs in manufacturing, making molecules for various industries. But cosmetics, you think about cosmetics, there's flavours and fragrances. There's lots of companies that make those. So any product you can think of, including the things you can buy in a bar, there's chemistry and all of that. I've met the person who made gold leaf floating vodka. These are all chemistry challenges. But they also, some of our graduates go into data type science and computers because they're very able with computers. They're very numerate, so a lot of them go into the city or into management. So it is a very versatile degree in that regard. I hope that gives you a flavour. It's really difficult to capture everything that people can do.
Yeah.
But a lot of them go into PhDs as well because they really enjoy the research part of it.
Of course. And Cassandra, do you know what you're going to do when you graduate?
I think so, yeah. So in terms of what I want to do when I graduate, I'm fairly certain I want to go into chemistry teaching. So there are lots of bursaries and scholarships available for chemistry graduates to go into teaching, and I really enjoy working with young people, and I do really enjoy chemistry, and so being able to teach chemistry to young people, I would really enjoy that.
Well, thank you so much to you both. And to find out more about chemistry at Nottingham, visit the website where you'll also be able to find information about the research taking place.